This video is your complete, no BS, step-by-step guide on how to start selling digital products online, even if you have no money, no audience, and no experience. You see, digital products are hands down the fastest, easiest, and most profitable way to make money online nowadays. Why? You make the product just one time and you can sell it an infinite amount of times. You also have no inventory or fulfillment cost, no shipping and delivery costs, no customer service headaches because your customers get the product immediately. And thanks to AI, you can build your product for 100% free and it won't take you as long as you think. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what digital products are, how to find your winning idea, which types of digital products will be best to sell right now and into 2026, how to create your digital product from scratch using free tools, how to set up your store step by step, and how to market your store to make sales on autopilot. I've made over $5 million selling digital products in just the last 2.5 years. So all I'm asking in return is you smash that like button, hit the subscribe if you're serious, pull out your notepad and pen, and let's dive into it. So firstly, what is a digital product exactly, and why the heck is it so powerful to be selling right now? A digital product is just anything that you can sell online that doesn't require a physical delivery. Things like ebooks, templates, online courses, software access, coaching programs, mentorships, website templates, AI prompt packs, communities, and the list goes on forever, quite honestly. And it's so powerful because in today's day and age, you can build digital products in minutes by simply just using ChatGPT. Platforms like Gumroad, Whop, and School make the delivery practically automatic and seamless. And most digital products will yield you a 90 to 100% net profit margin, which quite frankly in business is unheard of. If you've been following me for a while, you may have known that over the past couple of years, I generated over $4 million by selling a one-to-many coaching program for dropshipping and e-commerce. And basically, apart from spending some of my time with my clients, I packaged up everything that I knew about the business model and put it into resources, courses, SOPs, and everything that somebody would need to follow the exact steps that I took to see success. Enough about me. How much money can you make by selling digital products? Let's run some numbers here. If you have 100 customers on a $497 course, that's $49,700 in pure profit. On Gumroad, I found a UX design course that sold over 70,000 copies, making $3.5 million for the user who published it. I also found ChatGPT prompts with over 10,000 downloads at $25, and that guy made $250K just like that. With that out of the way, if you want to get in on this, the first thing that you have to do is identify your niche. I would strongly recommend picking a niche based on what you've done, what you know, or what you have an interest and passion in and you're willing to put the hours of research in. As an example, if you've built an e-commerce brand, teach that. If you're great at using AI tools, sell AI prompts or templates. If you lost 30 pounds and changed your whole physique, sell a course, a mentorship, a coaching program, or even just a journal to track people's daily habits. Whatever worked for you, honestly. And if you don't know where to start and you need some inspiration, start browsing Etsy. They have around 400 million monthly visitors and have become a massive hub for digital products. Now, the top sellers on Etsy, they typically sell lower ticket products like PDFs, ebooks, simple guides, templates, and so on and so forth. So if you're looking for something a bit more mid or high ticket, I'd recommend checking out the trending pages on Whop, School, or Gumroad. If you're looking for communities, memberships, masterminds, I'd recommend checking out Kajabi or School. Now, once you've identified a niche that you may be able to sell in, the next thing that you want to do is land on your product. Here are the top options that have made millions and millions of dollars for so many people and that I'll always recommend. Low ticket, ebooks, and guides. Typically anywhere from like $17 even up to $150 would be the sweet spot. But again, if there's enough value in it, you can really price your digital product at whatever you deem is worth it. Now, moving on to mid-ticket or even slightly high ticket, courses are an amazing option. And yes, they still work in 2026 if you do them the right way, which we'll touch on later. There's also templates and tools that you can build with AI that will provide tons of value to businesses, and you can actually charge a decent price for them. Now, moving up to the higher end, we have communities, masterminds, and my personal favorite, which is live paid calls or group coaching. But regardless of what you land on, the biggest tip here is to niche down like crazy. For example, instead of selling a guide called Social Media Growth 101, try selling a guide like my trial reel strategy that gained me 100,000 Instagram followers in just 30 days. See the difference? You're targeting an exact kind of person who needs your help, and you're much more likely to get the sale. Once you have somewhat of an idea on what kind of product you want to sell, now it's time to actually create the digital product. And don't worry, this part's not as hard as it may seem. So if you have the attention span to bear with me, I'm gonna walk you through exactly how I'll create my trial reel strategy that gained me 100,000 followers in just 30 days. And yes, I actually have this strategy, and that's how I blew up my Instagram account. So as you can see, I have a Google Drive folder here with all the documents for the strategy that my team and I followed. So all I have to do is go ahead and click into one of these. And as you can see, we have all the information already laid out in a Google document. Now, technically, I could just sell this as a digital product on its own. I mean, all the information is here, right? But I'm gonna show you how to take it one step further and brand your product so your customer really feels like they're buying into a brand and an experience instead of just receiving a bunch of random information on a Google document. So literally all I have to do is come here and copy all this information about the strategy, and then I head over to ChatGPT. I'll say, I'm looking to turn this information of mine into a digital product that I can sell called My Trial Reel Strategy that gained me 100,000 followers on Instagram in just 30 days. Can you please help me reformat this so that I can make it into a beautiful ebook using Canva? Now, ChatGPT has gotten so crazy that you can ask him to help you reformat some of your information or even add additional resources, examples, whatever you might need. But for simplicity's sake, I'm just gonna leave it at this prompt and go ahead and hit enter. Boom, he's gonna say, absolutely, let's take your concept and turn it into a clean, high converting ebook structure for Canva. And just like that, you're gonna get the ebook title, the cover page and exactly what to do there, page 1, introduction, page 2, why this works, page 3, like he'll literally package it into the perfect ebook for you so long as you have that information ready to go. And even if you don't have that information, like I said, ChatGPT can help you fill in the blanks or help you with the strategy, as it has seen millions of strategies out there on the internet and tons of other people who have probably entered data into its system. Now, the next step here is figuring out how I'm gonna package this up. I said Canva, but you're also welcome to use Notion or really whatever other platform that you want to go ahead and design this. Now, what's crazy about Canva is they literally have millions of templates. So I've just looked up ebook template here, and as you can see, there's quite a few that I could click on and run with. I kind of like this dark minimalistic theme here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and click on this one and click customize this template. And just like that, I have the cover page, the About Me page, and then as many pages as I possibly could need to go ahead and explain the system that I have in depth. Now I could sit here and edit this and make it all pretty for you guys, but I think you get the point. It's super easy to do. So let's move on to the next part of crafting this digital product. We're obviously gonna need a website or someplace to host and sell it. So for this, there's a million options, but the fastest, the easiest, the cheapest way is to just use Shopify. And the reason for that is because I have an AI store builder that'll build you a beautiful branded custom-made website in just a couple of clicks and a couple of minutes, which I'll leave completely for free in the description box below. Now, traditionally, I use this for dropshipping, but you can actually sell digital products on Shopify as well. And Shopify's platform is super intuitive, beautiful, easy to use. And like I said, by coming over to this landing page right here, all you have to do is hit build my free store, enter your information, follow the steps, and in just a few clicks, it'll spit you out a perfect website template that you can go ahead and edit to your liking. I also have other guides walking you through how to use Shopify and how to navigate everything, just in case you guys needed some additional help on getting that set up. So think about what we just did here. We used ChatGPT to help us format and package up the information that we want to present. We used Canva or Notion to lay that out and design it nicely by using a pre-built template. We used my AI store builder to set you up with a website so that you actually have a place to sell your digital product. And the last tool I'll recommend is Loom or Screen Studio. Because in a world full of everybody selling low-ticket PDFs or guides, if you can over-deliver for your customer, that goes the longest way and they'll be satisfied with their purchase, tell their friends, or maybe come back and buy more stuff from your store in the future. So instead of just creating an ebook, why don't you also attach a video where you can walk them through the ebook and explain step by step how to employ the strategy and maybe show them a little bit of it live. By the way, if you guys want the video on my Instagram growth strategy, let me know and I'll make a video just like that. So now that you have an idea on how to set the business up from start to finish, let's also talk about a few other things that you can do to start bringing in customers without spending any money. The best platforms you should attack first are Gumroad, Whop, and School. You see, you can host your business on Shopify, sure, but without any traffic, you're not going to make any sales. By tapping into other third-party platforms that already have millions of users visiting every single month, you can start to make sales for free if they're searching Instagram growth strategy on any of these platforms. Gumroad is typically the easiest to start, although they do take 10%, which is a little steep. They're great for ebooks, templates, guides, PDFs, and anything of that nature. Whop is best for creator tools, memberships, prompt packs, communities, and a lot more. And School is best for communities and hands-on coaching. So depending on your offer, those are 3 platforms that I would try to tap into right away. Now, these platforms will basically have a product page built in, and I'd recommend doing the same thing that you do on your Shopify store, which is creating a strong headline at the top. How I grew my Instagram over 100,000 followers in just 30 days using this little secret. A few benefit-focused bullet points on what your digital product is actually about. And then I'd honestly pack out the rest of your product page with testimonials. If you don't have any client testimonials in the beginning, just do a massive testimonial of how you use this yourself. Now, a lot of these platforms have payment processing built in as well, but it might be nice to set yourself up a Stripe account and a PayPal account to collect more payments easily. Now, once you have your product listed on some of these platforms, it's probably not time to just sit back and say, I'm done, because although you might be having some sales come through, your plan is to get rich. And in order to do that, the best approach to take is to start blowing up your product with organic content. It's so easy nowadays to create short form content around your product. Again, you can simply ask ChatGPT to spit you out 10 different viral reels that will help promote your product. I would also share customer wins, share your own journey, share behind the scenes of you building the product and why you did it, and just constantly provide free value and nurture your audience until they're ready to buy from you. If you want a full guide on how to build a magnetic personal brand that can make you millions of dollars per year, let me know in the comments and I can cook one of those up for you guys as well. Now, although building a personal brand would be my strongest recommendation because in about 30 days, you can probably have a decent presence up and already be making consistent sales, there are some different routes to go if you don't feel comfortable being in front of the camera yourself. I've seen so many niche, faceless content pages across TikTok and Instagram Reels promoting all different types of digital products. I'm sure you guys have too. You can take royalty-free videos off of the internet or have AI tools generate them for you, and then blast short-form content across a branded Instagram and TikTok page and drive link clicks to your Shopify store in your bio. Now, where things can get real powerful for you is if you start to build out a crazy affiliate marketing system. Remember Andrew Tate and the Hustlers University? He literally had thousands of members of his community become affiliates that would get paid for driving more people to buy the product. He then supplied them with endless amounts of podcast clips and content of him, and they started blasting it out all over short form, simultaneously making him the most Googled man on the planet for a few weeks, but also putting millions of dollars into his pocket. You can do the same strategy by finding creators, and right now there's fucking thousands of them who are trying to make money online by using other people's content, and pay them 30 to 50% to use your content or content that you find online and start promoting your product. Additionally, platforms like Gumroad and Whop also have full built-in affiliate suites to handle all the payments for you. I remember last year I was paying one of my affiliates over $10,000 a month for simply just creating content and driving link clicks towards my software. I would recommend starting out with organic marketing first to ensure that you have product market fit and you actually have something that will sell before you go ahead and start putting money behind it. Once you've validated the demand and you're already making sales organically, then getting into Meta ads, TikTok ads, or even Snapchat ads can be a great way for you to make passive income off of your digital product. Overall, getting into paid ads is definitely more in the scaling phase as apart from the testing phase. You want to make sure you have an amazing product first that is doing exceptionally well with a small group of people before expanding on it. Now, I understand this is probably a ton of information just being thrown at you at once, and you're probably still sitting there scratching your head thinking, I don't really know where to start. What's the best model? Can you just tell me? Well, here we go. My number one recommendation for a beginner to start right now in the fastest, easiest, most scalable way is online coaching. If you think about it, we grew up our whole lives using coaches for everything. We go to school, we have teachers, maybe we hire private math tutors on the side. As we get a little bit older, maybe we start personal training, or maybe we hire a coach for our sports. Maybe we go to university and now we have professors teaching us. But the only problem with this from a coaching perspective is you can only coach so many people when you have to be there physically with them. I mean, you gotta get dressed, you gotta get ready, you gotta plan your lessons, you gotta show up and physically be there with your clients. And obviously it's gonna be hard to scale because you can only work with clients in your geographical region. But the crazy thing about online coaching is that you can literally coach anybody anywhere in the world. It has extremely high perceived value because you're helping people solve immense problems in their life. You only need a few clients to get to 5 figures per month and beyond. And the best part about this is once you get a few clients, you get a few testimonials and case studies in the door, you can expand from one-on-one coaching into one-to-many coaching, which means that you can provide courses, SOPs, resources, documents. You can host group calls and teach hundreds or even thousands of students at one time. And will it take work? Sure. Will it take effort? Of course. But it's the easiest model to get off the ground because all you need to do is start coaching one person. You can scale it practically infinitely. And I know a lot of you guys might be thinking, well, I'm not an expert. There's somebody more qualified. There's somebody better. That right there is your unique advantage. You see, when I started e-commerce coaching, sure, I had done 7 figures in revenue. I'd made over $1 million with dropshipping, but that is nothing compared to thousands and thousands of other entrepreneurs around the world who have done millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars in sales with their e-commerce brand. And if I sat there thinking, I'm not qualified enough, I'm not good enough for this, I shouldn't be making content, then I never would have went on to make millions of dollars in profit with that business model. Because the truth is, as a coach, you're helping somebody who's just 1 or 2 steps below you. And it's so much better that way too. It makes sense to work with a mentor or a coach who isn't 10 steps ahead of you because then they won't relate to you. Just a few steps ahead of you and they can put yourself in your shoes and help you get out of your current position. That is what online coaching is all about. And the craziest thing is, everybody has a skill, everybody is unique, and you can figure out what you can coach people on by just sitting there and thinking about it. Maybe you got over some childhood trauma and you can teach people how to do the same. Maybe you aced all your tests in high school and got into the best university and you're going to show people how to become more productive and better students. Maybe you lost 20 pounds and you got in the best shape of your life and you genuinely want to help and change other people's lives by following the exact same protocol because you know that they'll get success just like you did. Now, of course, there's a million different topics you can coach or consult people on, but my recommendation is to pick one that has an extremely high perceived value. Think about it. If I'm selling people on an e-commerce coaching program for $1,000 and I'm teaching them everything that I know that got me to $1 million, then that is insane perceived value. There's no reason why they won't pay you $1,000 for your program. Now, I understand some of this might sound a bit complex. It's different than my usual videos and I'm throwing a lot at you guys at once. I get it. But just remember, it's not as hard as you might think it is. It's very simple. You just have to follow the process step by step and constantly be solving problems and overcoming hurdles in your way. If you've made it this far, you're probably not just a regular viewer. You're definitely a future digital CEO, or you've already been making money online. So for that, I invite you to a secret YouTube channel that I've started recently about online coaching and digital products in specific, where I'm dropping insane value and case studies of how I've made millions of dollars in profit with these models. So I'll leave that down below in the description, along with the other tools that I've mentioned and free resources to help you guys get started. Hit the like button for your boy while you're down there as well, and subscribe to the channel if you got some value. This is the easiest time in history to sell digital products and make you money online. Don't just watch, start executing today, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.